Black and white, Cyprus and Hovig, gravity and anti-gravity. Should we talk about it? Let's do this! Cyprus's Hovig has revealed his Eurovision 2017 staging, and I've got to say, this has elevated the song in my mind. He's taken the theme from his music video and created something that does feel otherworldly. He starts out, serving some Nadia Comaneci realness, walking on a balance beam, or rather a line on the floor, across the stage, and then he's got some dancers, and they do some very kind of, I don't know if funky is the word, I would say avant-garde actually, dance moves. Everything is black and white, much like wiwibloggs from Belgium. Visually is quite similar to that. However, this does have a different feel owing to that kind of that sound, that boom, 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 boom. To me, this works. The transition from music video to stage is an improvement. At one point, he lies down and he's kind of in the Sergei Lazarev fetal position, and it's a very cool space effect. There's also is it a hologram or a projection of his body at the end, kind of floating there, playing on the theme of gravity. I guess what I'm trying to say is they've done a lot of futuristic-y things, and for me, it's a huge improvement.
No, I think that I think it's gotten, the staging has airs and graces that are above the song. That the staging, it thinks it's an avant-garde song. It's a distinctly average pop song that's quite generic and we hear on the charts, whereas this thinks that it's something more, that it's an aminata or it's a loik notet. It's not. And he's doing all these dance moves while he's dressed like Nicky Byrne or something from Westlife, that he's wearing this stupid leather jacket that's black instead of brown, he's his hair gelled. And then he's doing all these dance moves and he's doing them all out of time and out of sync. It looks like he hasn't practiced. And yeah, the staging is like a knockoff between Loik Notet and Russia's staging. They went down to the market and bought a cheap knockoff.
Thank you, Hovig.
It's ironic that a song that accused of ripping off Rag & Bowman's Human gets now accused of ripping off Loik Notet's Rhythm Inside, because it did. Literally the backdrop is almost pixel similar to Loik Notet, which is just crazy. I don't think that's right. He nearly fell over literally every time he did the choreography. It looked like he hadn't learned it. At the end of the day, I do actually like the song. I don't get that Human really kind of accusation. I actually prefer this to Rag & Bowman, but at the end of the day, it just doesn't really work. It's too bright. The only saving grace, I think, is I like the intro where he's walking along the line, and I like the end where he's floating. Unfortunately, there's like 2 minutes 50 seconds in between that where it just doesn't work right now. He needs to practice a lot more, because the other problem was he wasn't confident in his stage moves, which meant he wasn't confident on stage, and his vocals suffered.
I must say the dancing was slightly awkward. He kind of hops on one foot. They have to do this thing where you balance, and he wasn't balanced, and he looked like he would fall a few times. I don't know if he hurt his thigh or something, but this will probably improve with practice, obviously. First time on the big stage, probably a little slippery even. So that will come. I do take your point. The recency of Loik Notet's performance will be in the minds of many Eurovision fans, but hopefully, in fact, the majority of people who vote at Eurovision don't remember that, per se. Yeah, will this qualify?
Possibly.
What's interesting, so that's an upgrade for you though from before the stage.
No, it was always in the meh pile of songs for me. So borderline.
I think that it has a chance, because it does stand out a little bit, and there are good elements of the choreography. There's a bit where they're in darkness, then they're lit up by the screen behind them, and they're pushing Hovig back and forth. That looks really good, but it needs to be a lot tighter on the night and with the juries, because the juries, if they mess up again, the juries should punish that.
This, I think, has a better chance now that I've seen the staging than in before. I'm still not confident this will go through, but I think they're in there with a shot now. If he can nail the vocals while nailing the choreography, and it is a tall order, because hopping and standing on one foot is quite hard for anyone, even if you're not singing. So if you're singing on top of it. But you know what? I'm going to keep the faith. I'm trying to be Mr. Optimist today. I can still remember the staging, and a lot of the acts I can't remember the staging, and I know we just watched it, but it does linger in the mind, so to me that is a good sign. In any case, that is what we think. What do you think? Do you want to feel the gravity holding you down? Let us know here on wiwibloggs.
Subscribe.
and like and share the video.
And we'll see you later. Bye.